Hi people, if you are the one who doesn't involve much in classes and wait until the night before an exam to study, then this video is for you. Exams, achieving academic goals, those are some daunting words. Let us all take a deep breath before we start. Night before the exam. Tip number 1, pace. At what pace you study, slow or fast? If you are a slow reader, here's the bad news. You need more bags of time, so sacrifice your favorite shows and social networking sites before anyone else. And tip number 2, place to study. Same time, same place. Remember the last half an hour before going into the examination hall when people around make an awful lot of noise and we still concentrate to study? It is true that at the end of the day, our interest and concentration matters more. But lot of yelling, laughing, talking, we can hear it all and they easily distract someone. So quiet location without any distractions is important. And read somewhere you enjoy, doesn't have to be neat though. Some people learn more at the beginning of the day while others concentrate best in the night. Find when you are most productive and schedule according to that. Also plan what to read at what time ahead. Trust me, it saves lots of time. For example, here's the screenshot. Number 3, music. Music while studying is distracting, but during night studies, when you have to deviate your concentration from goals, or in cases like you hate loneliness or to refresh your mind, then there's a choice. Number 4, breaks. You can take breaks between studies. As soon as you notice you're losing concentration, take a short break. But know when to take breaks. Definitely not after reading the first line. If comfortable, set timers, but most of the times it just increases your anxiety levels. So drink loads of water and go to the bathroom. If you think that is one weak tip, let me tell you that it is a natural timer unless you have some medical condition or your medical condition worsens the situation. Either way. So, what to do and what not to do to clear the cobwebs from your mind. Quick naps. You can sneak one only if you're sure of getting up when alarm rings. Otherwise, drop the idea and meditate. Or watch a comedy clip. Here again, clipping, not the entire show. Funny tweets or posts are good too, but if you have this condition to consistently diss the books, please don't go online or play games. You need a physical and mental break, so don't eat meals or small treats at your desk, and also don't overload with carbohydrates, it might make you sluggish. Leaning on the table or reading in the sleeping position for a long time will strain your eyes. If you are tired, get up and walk around while reading your notes. Also, make sure there is ample light in the room. Final thing, for God's sake, don't think about anything that you think is bothering you. Clear your mind, stop acting like a person who is studies targeted, keep all unimportant issues at bay, and stick to studies. Just for a day or a week, and have so many don'ts. Number 5, memory. The hardest part. Years back, somebody told me that to study effectively and to retain that information, follow the SQ3R method. Anyhow, let's translate that into a bit of English. Well, break lessons into smaller parts. Highlight the points you think are important. Organize your info like what, who, when, how, why not, advantages, disadvantages, indications, contraindications. Overlearning helps too. When it is very hard to remember, visualize what you study, sing them like a song, or joke about them, or update as your status. To have a good grasp on what you learn, always teach what you have learned to someone else. If you are supposed to learn theorems, formulas, equations, sorry to say this, but only one word, people, practice. But one honest confession kind of advice. Don't wait for the finals. You don't have to study daily, but open books even for a class test. Write reviews or good notes after you learn something, as most of us forget 80% of what has been learned in only 2 weeks. And here's a picture what I did for my mid exams, and trust me, that saved a lot of time before finals. And here, forget the rants of your grandma about writing version short. They're actually very helpful here. Let me tell you a story. Carbohydrates have two children, simple and complex. Simple is the junky one, initially too sweet and easy to get along. But with time, we just lose our ability to focus and concentrate. And at the end of the day, simple is the toxic friend should be avoided. On the other hand, complex is the nerdy and good one. Initially so tough to get along, but with time, you will feel good and energized in that sustained friendship. After some days, next door, a muscular protein moved in. Reason for those muscles is amino acids. Well, coming back to story, Complex fell in love with protein and they got married. Currently, together they are helping students who consume healthy diet to perform well on exams by keeping them alert and sharp for hours. Thinking what happened to Simple? Well, after hearing the news of the marriage, Simple was high on sugars and sugar burnup and now lost all energy in the bloodstream. Now you know what to eat for sustained energy during exams, right? Moral of the story: to remember a certain set of details, always combine available information with something crazy. And one last advice in this section: most of the times, what we have to learn is always falls into two categories. Concepts and mug-up words or formulas. Concepts are a bit easier to deal with. Once you learn them, they stick with you for some time. But if your memory sucks, then reread and restate aloud what you're studying. And to make it easy for information to be retained, don't just glance over notes while you're reading. Write the questions you have read at the back of the textbook or on notes, and after reading every 5 questions, recollect or quiz yourself what you have read. Coming to mug-up words, they can easily fall out of your brain. So to recall that information as many times as possible, use post-it notes. And you can stick them on fridge or on walls next to wash basin where you brush, or dressing table or dining table, etc. So, overslept before exam and less study hours. What to do in that kind of situation? Don't worry. Just go through headings, subheadings, conclusion, block or italic words. Or go to the examination hall couple of hours before and start asking your friends or fellow students to tell you few points for important questions. To irritate them less, follow the rule. One person, one question. And then rinse and repeat. Last tip, write positive attitude. You can set multiple photos of people who insulted you as wallpapers for some kind of motivation, but if it depresses you and you end up hating that person, please don't do it. Also, avoid absolute thinking and comparing yourself with others. You are unique. And well, that's the end. If you like this video, share it to your friends, and until we meet next time, all the best for exams, keep smiling and stay strong. Exams are stressful, people, but there is a silver lining: holidays. Disclaimer: clearly don't expect better grades, might useful just to pass exams, but no guarantees there either.